95.7.
95.7.
95.7.
95.7. MRC.
Cincinnati's new music.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mark Stadium here at Walnut Hills High School. I am Patrick Lewis alongside the senior at Walnut, Jonathan Brown. We are here to give you a wonderful game tonight. Wonderful weather for football against the Kings High School Knights. Kings coming in with an outstanding record and atop of their division in conference. Walnut not so much. And we're here with senior night for the marching band. The marching band just gave us a wonderful performance on field, and we're about set to have the coin toss and understand who's going to receive first. Jonathan, let's talk about the 1-5 start for Walnut.
It's been off to a slow start this year. We expect to see a 180 turnaround from this year's Walnut squad. Coming off a 4-game losing streak, the only victory to Aiken, the Aiken Falcons. We expect to see a lot more from their offense this year. This game, especially tonight, Ryan Mickens making another start, senior quarterback, number 3. We expect him to make a turnaround as well, as he is putting up only a 3 to 4 touchdown interception ratio with a 51% completion, which isn't so bad. It's just the offense is getting off to a slow start, struggling, and we want to see them push through this wall and break through.
Yeah, they started the year against Lakota East with a tough loss, 42-7, and then that big win against Aiken that you mentioned, 40-6, and then played a GCL powerhouse against St. X. And we thought we were going to have some pregame festivities on the field, but it looks like we're going to get started pretty quickly here. The marching band barely off the field, and we're going to tee the ball up at the 40-yard line, and it looks like Walnut Hills will receive the kickoff.
Back there returning is number 7, senior Andre Allen. And we're off.
The kick is a little short. Allen will field the ball at around the 8-yard line, going up the middle with some blockers, does a sidestep and a nice move around the 27-yard line they'll begin the offensive juggernaut that hopefully Walnut can bring tonight.
I saw a good return on the kickoff team and the kickoff return team, and we're hoping the offense can come off to a great start. As coming out here, we see senior Ryan Mickens leading his team.
As you mentioned, Mickens substituting in for Gary Williams this season, who went down in the Aiken game, looking to put the second win on the board for the Eagles. The Knights have a good defense, and we'll see what they bring. They're starting with a 3-down lineman and blitzing. High snap, and will be sacked in the backfield with a loss of about 3.
There's a lot of miscommunication right there between the O-line and the quarterback right there. Got to get your snap counts ready and right. Pushes them back.
Yeah, we're in depth in the season now. That shouldn't be a start to see some of those miscues. So we'll have a 2nd down and 14 for the Eagles. Again, 3-down lineman for Kings. The Knights blitzed the last time, and now we have a quick slant route to number 14, Tyler Heineke. Heineke with the catch and gained that yardage back that they lost plus some. So we're going to have a 3rd down and medium of about 7 yards. 1 minute elapsing, and with a 3rd down, Mickens back in the shotgun. The running back to his right, and they blitz. The Knights blitz hard, gives it up, and a nice defensive play by the Knights as a check down pass is covered well.
A short pass to Ron Williams right there, and it looks like our punting squad will be coming out here to punt the ball. That was a quick 4 and out. Punting team, Zach Barry's coming out here to punt the ball. Let's see if it'll be a good punt.
Barry is punting from about inside his 20. The returner is set up on his own 26-yard line. Punt is good height and a good one, backing him up to about the 21-yard line. Trying to go up, but good coverage by the Eagles will have the Knights start their drive around the 26-yard line.
Good coverage, good tackle by number 2, Caleb Street. We'll see what this defense is all about. The defense star player for the Walnut Hills Eagles is Jawan Briggs, 4-star athlete, commit to University of Virginia.
And we talked a little bit. I wish we got a little bit more time pregame to talk about Jawan. Jawan has had all the offers from the big-name schools, as Kohler is going to be in shotgun for the Knights.
We see a shift from number 6.
Nakiman in the backfield. Nakiman gets it on a sweep to the left, and good run defense by the Eagles will allow him just 1 yard on the far side of the field.
Nice defense. Now, Walnut seems to be struggling on the offensive side, but defense, they seem to be pushing through, holding on for the team as long as they can throughout these games.
Yeah, we see Briggs in that A-gap for Walnut on that right side. So now with a pistol formation with Williams in the backfield, they'll go to Williams, and Williams juggling it and then drops it. It's one of those kind of like catch rules. Did he catch it and make a football move? But Williams juggled it enough for the refs to call an incomplete pass and set up a third down.
Nice hit on defense to make sure that the ball came out. I don't think he was expecting the defense to come through the block, which really means that his wide receivers, they need to finish the block and get to their assignments.
Mikhail Stewart coming out for this third down play, a 1-2 set for the Knights. Back to pass is Kohler. Kohler's got wide open if he wants to run. He doesn't. Makes a nice completion past the first down marker to Jack McHugh.
How did they
ends up with the first down.
Pass? A simple curl route to the middle of to the right of the field near the 40. We see a shotgun from
Kohler. So right now they're going to keep going quickly, as both offenses do. Pistol formation for the Knights. Hand it off to Williams. Williams will go to the far side, stretching the field, and gets by the sideline, and a nice gain as the pursuit of the defense finally knocks him out near the first down mark, and it looks like they're going to give it to him right at 10 yards. So we're at the 50-yard line, and the Knights are moving the ball.
Great blocking by the offense, as you saw that last final block, giving Williams an extra inch to get that first down.
The Eagles coming out with 4 down linemen, a 4-3 defense. Which looks like a dime. So we're going to have a sweep to the near sideline
by number 19, Gabe Hunt, coming across the field with a wide receiver run. Not for much, probably about 2 yards. Defense holding up on that side of the end. But the Kings offense right here started about the 20, is now at the 48-yard line, and we see them trying to push through for a first score touchdown.
Offset shotgun formation for the Knights. Now moves back into pistol formation. Williams goes behind Kohler. It's an option play, pitches, and Williams has got the sideline. Sideline down. They're going to have to try to catch him. The safety does and pushes him out around the 13-yard line or so of the Eagles. And this is the start that Walnut Hills was not hoping for, Jonathan.
Number 21 with the stop, Miles Cooper. Williams getting that edge, staying on the sideline, staying 10 toes down, getting his feet inside and pushing down from the 48 line to now we're about at the 18.
We're starting at about the 15-yard line with some wide receiver in motion. Goes across. Kohler keeps as the triple option. He's going to score right up the middle. No resistance whatsoever from the Eagles defense.
That is another touchdown for Kohler. That is now his 8th touchdown on the season. He is performing well for this team. He has had 55 completions, over 55% as a quarterback this year, 59 to be exact. We see a lot from this team of Kings. They're pushing for a better start than they did last year, coming off strong, leading the conference with a 5-1 standing record, with their only loss to Covington.
And that was Thomas Mitchell's point after attempt being good, as the Knights start off the night right with a 7-0 lead with only 8:18 to go in the first quarter. Jonathan, I know we talked about the star player of Jawan Briggs up front and all the offers that he was getting from D1 schools. But this isn't an individual sport. You need your linebackers and cornerbacks to fill some of those gaps, and it looks like Nakeem Williams really took advantage of the outside on that drive.
Well, as you can see, the offensive line seemed to be playing with the D-line, pushing them to the left and the right, being able to create the holes necessary for Williams to go through, as we saw most of his plays being to the outside.
Right, and Allen is back for the second kickoff in 4 minutes for the Eagles. So a quick 3-and-out for the Eagles and a long touchdown drive of about 75 yards for Kings starts off. So the kickoff looks like it will be going out of bounds, and that will be a penalty starting the Eagles with good field position for their second drive, and they need all of the yards they can get right now.
Yes, the thing is, can they capitalize on the good field advantage and make this a scoring drive, as we saw Kings on their first drive taking it down for 6.
So they'll start at what I believe should be the 35-yard line. And I know this is primarily a running team. Throughout the first half of this season, the Eagles have been a running team. But let's see what they do here. Let's see if the passing game gets a start. They're a 1-3 set with an offset back, so only 5 offensive linemen here, and they're going to get blitzed. And so a flag, a stoppage of play, will happen in our first penalty.
Could it be a false start?
It is an offsides.
Offsides.
On the Knights. And again, before even one play is snapped, the Eagles will start on the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. So they only have 60 yards to go to get some scores here.
As we see in the bunch formation.
Mickens in the shotgun, and another flag. They're doing another offsides. They're just lining up in the neutral zone. They just gave them a first down.
Just moved the chains for them. Got that offense, the defense jumping over. Better watch for that snap count defense.
First down.
Right now, they have gotten more yards by penalty than they have by their offense.
Staying in a shotgun formation, bunch, right?
Yeah, they got one receiver to the top and a triple bunch to the bottom of the near field. He's back to pass. Rush from the outside. Nice ball to number 14, Heineke. Heineke's going up the field with a huge gain inside the 25-yard line and a nice slant route, a post route to be exact. And the Eagles, like I mentioned, were getting into the passing game.
And plays like that really get the crowd hyped, really feel the sideline. You can see the energy being brought to the offense, and if they can keep that energy going, this offense can put some points on the board.
Heineke, their second leading receiver on the team, has no touchdowns to date. He would like to get his first here, starting at the 24-yard line of the Knights. Now we have a wide receiver in motion, triple option. He's going to keep it coming down near, and good defense in the backfield. He'll be stopped for a loss before getting back to the line of scrimmage of about 2 or 3.
That defense just plowing through the offensive line off of that little jet sweep right there from Caleb Street.
Yeah, the offensive line needs to do much better for the Eagles if they're going to have a chance. They did a great job pass blocking there, but the run blocking has been subpar right now, especially by their tackles. In the shotgun, now a close formation. We have Allen in motion, will give up the middle, and again, the run defense not there.
Stopping Ron Williams. And speaking about what you said with the O-line, this year's Walnut O-line, they've had a struggle losing star player Merrick Gruchlin. He tore his ACL last week during the game.
So with a good start with the pass, they're now backed up on third down, a third down and long for the Eagles, a 2-2 set, offset. Williams in the backfield to his left to pass, and it looked like the same exact ball that Heineke caught for that large gain is now intercepted by the Knights. So a huge turn of events here. What you thought would be at least a field goal attempt if they got some yardage now turns into a turnover.
Hit while he was thrown. That is another interception for Ryan Mickens. That is his 5th on the season. Off to a slow start for the offense right here. The O-line needs to step up, give their quarterback just a little bit more time just to make some plays happen. And not just the quarterback, also for the running back to get some holes in plays driving down the field.
Yeah, just a killer of momentum for the Eagles. They got nothing with their first series, and now hopefully getting some points because Kings had it. That's a tough one. So now the Knights set up in shotgun. Nakeeman trying to go on the far side like he's been doing is going to be stopped by a good pursuit of the defense. He didn't know which hole to pick. He was going up the line of scrimmage and didn't really know where to go and ends up with only a 2-yard gain. So it'll be about 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8.
I think Williams likes to take it to the outside and try to make something happen down the sideline.
Nakeeman in pistol formation now. Will get the ball in ISO. There's nowhere to go. His helmet flies off and a penalty flag is thrown. You would just assume at that point if there was a face mask or some type of penalty for trying to tackle him, but we'll find out.
And I believe he'll have to come out for his helmet coming out. The OSHAA rule about if your helmet comes off during gameplay, you have to go out, sit out for one play. But Williams seems to be staying in.
Yeah, that's the call. It's a face mask. I believe the rule is if you take off your helmet, you have to come out by your own being. But if somebody facilitates the helmet coming off, then you can stay in, which is that was the case via penalty. So now they're set up on the 32-yard line of their own side of the field with a 1-2 set, pistol formation. Fake to Nakeeman and going deep down the seam and finding off the fingertips of number 19, Gabe Hunt. Gabe Hunt had a touchdown if they just connected, but just a little too much juice on that pass, and he beat the defense.
Coaches always say if it touches your hands, you might as well catch it. Just off the fingertips, butterfingers right there. That's a touchdown right there, as he had
Gabe Hunt
had Serena Wynn beat on the outside, number 23.
So we are at 2nd down and 10 with an option coming to the near sideline, and Kohler will keep it for a good solid gain of about 5 yards on 1st down before a linebacker take him down.
We're seeing a lot of run plays so far right here, read option plays with Kohler and Williams, as well as outside run plays. But Kohler is not shy to throw the ball at all. We saw a deep ball thrown and dropped by Gabe Hunt. We hopefully see him to take a little bit more shots as well.
Yeah, they've had a really good mix offensively so far. And with a big 3rd down, we got an A-gap blitz picked up well by Williams, but not for long because Briggs will manhandle him in the backfield, but flags are flying.
Could it be a face mask? It seemed like this hand happened to slip. With all these new regulations, especially in the NFL, about how to tackle a quarterback, sack a quarterback. I don't know why they're changing all these rules for the safety of the quarterback. It's making it harder for the defense to make tackles and sacks in the game.
So 2 flags, one from the back judge and one from the side judge, flew at different times. Maybe the same penalty scene, or we might have offsetting here. This is, again, a 3rd down and 5.
As we saw as well, number 13, Kadar Karan, also came out as well with his helmet off in frustration.
That's the Walnut Hills linebacker, the senior. So it looks like a penalty on the Knights and a penalty on Walnut Hills will void each other out, and we'll replay 3rd down. It looks like it was a holding penalty on Kings and possibly a illegal substitution on the part of the Eagles, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. That's what the sign was, but possibly coming in late or not getting off the field. But regardless, a nice sack, so a stat that I think Briggs would have liked to have is going to be null and void, and we'll replay 3rd down, shotgun with to the side. Will immediately get a flag at the snap of the ball.
From the outside linebacker, I believe that was number 34. Number 34, Galen Mitchell, just a little eager to get over there to sack the quarterback, giving the Kings Knights a automatic first down.
Well, I guess that's reciprocal because the Kings gave them a first down on penalties and might as well just return the favor, right?
Yeah.
So Kings is set up at the 43-yard line on their side of the field with 4:37 to go in this first quarter and counting. 7-0 is your score here on MRC 95.7. Thank you for joining us here. It's Kings at Walnut Hills. Snap is taken. Handoff is to Williams. Williams is stacked up 2 yards.
Stopped by the 4-star athlete, Jawan Briggs, slamming him down like a pancake.
You can see why he's been recruited, kind of like Zeke Carell from Anderson on the offensive line by so many different D1 schools, is because the authority is obviously on display by these big athletes. Again in shotgun 1-2 set. Offset back to pass, looking right, steps up in the pocket, trying to run for it, gets the first down and more up the field, and he might score. Kohler down the far sideline will scamper into the end zone.
Second rushing touchdown of the game for Kohler. What a cutback move, shaking the defense, taking ankles, taking it down for 6. That is his second rushing touchdown today. And this defense is just looking sloppy today.
Yeah, the 58-yard scamper by Kohler will put him close to what Williams has now. Kohler has been the second leading rusher on this team, but from this game perspective, he's been the first go-to guy.
Being able to have a quarterback that can scramble on the run and be able to throw the ball deep is it's just amazing to see. To see him be able to look and analyze the field and then be able to say there's nobody open, take it down for 58 yards for a touchdown, it's amazing.
Point after attempt by Mitchell is perfect. So with 3:39 to go in the first quarter, the Eagles find themselves in a hole now, 14-0. And that's not where they want to be. They played some really good competition, including St. Xavier from GCL League. They've played CovCath. CovCath has been killing people. St. Xavier plays in a great league, so they've played quality teams. You think, even though they've lost those games, they've learned a lot from those and how to play quality competition. And Kings clearly has a quality competition offensively right now, but their defense has given up the big play.
For teams whose defense stays out more than their offense, you would see why their defense will be more tired. It's a lot of stress, strenuous on their team players to stay outside more than they should be.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get something going here. I know they had great field position, but on their third series, if they don't want this game to get out of hand in the first quarter, they got to put together another quality drive and not give the ball back to the Knights. So teed up, kicked off. This one will stay in bounds, and Allen will handle it around the 6 or 7 yard line of himself, going back into the middle of the field, finding a gap and getting close to the 30-yard line, right around the 28-29, who will be stopped with a nice return.
Coming back out is Ryan Mickens. Now, coming away from throwing an interception, do you shy away from throwing the ball?
No, if I'm his coach, you can't. Because you're down 14, you got to be a gunslinger. Their offense obviously is geared around the running game, but they're not doing anything offensively, especially in the first series, running the ball. They've gotten all their yardage via pass, so we'll see if they keep going back to Heineke or go back to somebody, because they need to do that. So a closed formation here with, it looks like 4 wide receivers and offset back. Mickens back to pass, and looks to his right, and that was a terrible pass because the linebacker he was going to on an out route just covered him up and blocked down that pass very easily.
Batted down by number 8, Ryan Vogt. He seemed like he could have had that for a little catch and a little pick 6 right there if he just would have put his hands up and put it in his hands. But nice deflection by number 8, Ryan Vogt. Let's see what this offense has up next. Shotgun formation.
Yeah, Vogt the junior had a real kind of like pick 6 all over that. So they're spreading it out. Empty backfield for Mickens. Mickens has now a total of 5 interceptions on the season with only 3 touchdowns. We'll see if he just has a quarterback keeper now with only 3 down linemen and a 3-3 set. On the defense side of the ball, and we have a whistle. And it looks like a delay of game. And those are fundamentals you can't have this late in the season.
No, you just can't have those, especially in game time moments like this when you're down 14-0 and it's just the first quarter. You do not want to have those type situations. And pushing them back further towards their own end zone, we just don't want to see that right now.
So now that sets up a 2nd down and 15 for the Eagles. You can bet that the defense is looking to pressure them even more now. They'll rush 5 and again batted down, this time at the line of scrimmage. Not real sure if that was going to complete anyway. He was looking for Heineke and a long out route.
Seems like Mickens has his eyes only on one player, even though Andre Allen is the leading receiver for the team with 3 TDs. And Curtis Johnson is the only other receiver along with Andre Allen with a touchdown. We want to see Mickens be able to spread the ball, spread the wealth to other players.
What's even hurting them more other than just not moving the ball, they're not moving the clock. It's 3:24 now. Only a few seconds have come off the clock because of passing plays. So we have a 3rd down and 15. Wide receiver in motion, and again, a screenplay. So a nice screenplay dumped down. They have a possibility of 1st down and more. They do, near sideline, up past the 50, well blocked. And what a great call to get Ronald Williams in some space because of that pass rush was so eager to get to the quarterback. He said, we'll let you come. We'll just dump it off to Williams, and Williams makes it a great gain up past the 50-yard line.
Great job by Mickens being able to take the hit that came along with it, allowing the defense to come through. And we see, was there a flag as well?
It was an inadvertent flag they just picked up, so the play stands. A huge gain on 3rd and 15 for the Eagles to at least keep the Knights offense off the field.
Past the 50, and we see the clock is moving.
On the 47 of the Knights in shotgun. Getting blitzed. Hands it off now to number 5 up the middle, Tyrese Dorn. And Dorn makes a solid gain on 1st down of 8 yards.
Nice little formation, coming out of strong formation. We see some run plays going on here. We like to see that with a lead blocker as well. Let's see what they can pull up their sleeves coming up next.
Dorn still in the game to Mickens right. We'll get the call again up the middle and getting the 1st down and more, not getting taken down. Carrying tacklers to around the 27-yard line for a 1st down.
Having to put his hand in the ground to stay up, planting his foot and getting those extra yards on what his team needs to keep this drive alive.
Again, going quickly, Dorn getting the football on another ISO play up the middle. This one not so successful, taken down by Dalton Evans of the Knights with only a 2-yard gain.
It looked like Dorn was bobbling that handoff. Got to get a more clean, crisp handoff. Don't want to fumble the ball. That'll be a 2nd turnover in the 2nd drive. We don't want that.
What would they want right now is with 2 minutes left to go in the 1st quarter, if they can get down here and score with the end of the 1st quarter and make this a 7-point game, it looks more of a realistic football game. Now it looks like a wishbone set with a direct snap to the quarterback.
Good run.
And Mickens takes it up the gut with some blockers. It looked like Dorn and Williams were acting as blockers on that play, and they'll get a solid gain here. And now it will be about 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Mickens normally runs the ball in close goal line formation, as he has the nickname, as the school has given him Maytag, for his heavy set, being able to run the ball in close encounters for extra yards.
So they're sticking to the tried and true what's worked on this drive. Dorn to the right, motion with the wide receiver. Allen, fake, and then to Allen. Allen get pummeled and loses the ball. Flag is thrown. Probably an illegal hit on a defensive receiver is going to be the call.
Being able to walk it off, Andre Allen taking a hit and getting right back up, getting into the huddle, waiting for the next play, as we saw the helmet-to-helmet hit.
And a good play design as Allen was coming in motion towards us to the near sideline, to the weak side. And right when the ball was snapped, he did an easy slant to the sideline and a good ball right to Allen, and it was dislodged by a big hit.
This year, Walnut is trying out with the Cincinnati Children's Hospital with new concussion protocols, with their testing on their necks to keep a stimulus on their brain waves to see how the helmet-to-helmet hits affect their mentality. I know having concussions, it's not something that you would like to experience.
No, I've experienced myself, and it's a great point, and they're going to be experiencing and get put to work because that was the call. It was a hit to the head, and that'll set up a 1st and goal on the 10-yard line for the Eagles. Allen is still in the game, apparently not shaken up enough to come out. Dorn up the middle will be taken down around the 6-yard line, 6 or 7-yard line.
About 4 to 3 yards on that run. 2nd and goal. Now, in these close encounters, do you keep doing what's been getting you down here, running the ball, or do you take a shot and go for a quick pass?
Well, you think you have 2 downs to get it. You gotta pass on one of them, and you can see that the pass rush from that screenplay is heavy. So we see Dorn again to the right, Allen in motion, coming to the near sideline now, fumbled in the backfield, picked up by Dorn, trying to make something of it, getting back.
And we saw Ryan Mickens.
Loss of 2 yards.
We saw Ryan Mickens just standing there after the fumble. You want to see your quarterbacks, if they make a mistake, to go after and not just stand there and put their hands up like whoops. We would like to see more initiative from the offensive side.
And that will be the end of the 1st quarter. And they'll switch sides. And they'll end up with a 3rd and goal from about the 11 or 12-yard line when we come back. 95-7 MRC.
This is 95.7 MRC.
Cincinnati's new music.
95.7 MRC.
Welcome back to Mark Stadium here at Walnut Hills. Your Eagles taking on the Kings Knights here with the start of the 2nd quarter. The Eagles facing a 3rd down and goal from their 11-yard line. We'll see if Dorn gets the ball here. They go pass. You got 2 wide receivers, one at the top, one at the bottom. He's set to pass, and he's got somebody open and misfires to Allen at the top of the field. He was going to the pylon, the nearest pylon at the top of the field, and just missed him. He was open. He was kind of going back shoulder with it, but if he just put him in the stride on the letters, he would have caught it.
Just overthrown just a tad bit. That would have been 6 on the board. Coming out here is Zach Barry for a kick for a field goal, just to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I think that's a good call right now. They've been having 3 drives, and they've been moving the ball, with good effort, but no points to see. So we're going to try to see that scoreboard for Walnut to light up. Hold and kick is good, and 3 points for the Eagles.
Great kick. The Eagles now have some points on the board. It's still a deficit, 14-3.
If you're the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, you got 3 points, so you're down 11. Start of the 2nd quarter. You're moving the ball. What's still your game plan here? Do you want to put Dorn back in? That's been the hot hand right now. Or do you put the Williams back in the offset with them, or do you continue to pass? What's your thought process?
I'm seeing that I think that they should play a dual set running back, shotgun formation or I formation, have one either or, have a lead blocker. Defense doesn't know who's getting the ball, and so it creates a lot more open holes for the offense to run through. You had the screenplay by Williams where we saw how that broke off, and Dorn is being an aggressive runner straight through the A gaps and going right through the middle of the defense. So either or, I think it'll be great to have both on the field so they can have that multitude of options.
Yeah, we'll see if they take your word for it, as Nakeeman is back to receive it with another one of his buddies that I'm not sure of right now. I can't read those numbers on his small side, on his front of his jersey. But the kick is to Nakeeman regardless at the 10-yard line. Nakeeman Near sideline will take it near the middle, and he's got a gap. He's running now towards the far sideline, down to the 40-yard line, makes a spin move, then finally tackled at about the 43-yard line. Quality return, about 33 yards.
If I'm the kicker right now, I'm trying to stray away from kicking to Williams. Williams is having a game night. As we see, the defense out here is ready, lined up. The Kings offense is huddled up, coming onto the field, ready to call onto their offense. We'll see what Kohler can do this round. Will he go for a third rushing touchdown, or will he get his first passing touchdown?
Kohler coming out in the pistol formation with a 1-2 set. We'll hand off to his right side, and Williams, a nice run up the middle for about 9 yards.
Plowing through the defense right now, Williams is just having a field day. Kohler as well, all through rushing right now. As the ball has been thrown in the air probably about 2 times. We had an early pass with Kohler and a dropped early touchdown to Gabe Hunt.
Yeah, that's a big play. We could be looking at 21-3 right now. Again, pistol formation. Fakes it. Good pass protection. Looks up the field and misfires to Gabe Hunt. So 2 times he's looked for Hunt, and both times not connecting.
Well, as you can see here, Gabe Hunt is the Kings' Kings' second leading receiver right here, with only 136 yards passing this season with 1 TD.
And we're 3rd down and short. Pistol formation to Williams, near side. Good defense, almost tripped him up, gets away, breaks that tackle, and gets the first down by pushed out. Another solid 10-yard gain will put him inside the 40.
Good blocking again, as you saw offensive linemen going down, helping blocking. Fellow receiver, number 10, Jacob Elam, going down to finish the block to get that couple more inches for Williams for that first down, as they are piling through this defense on their 4th drive of this game right now, coming down. And
yeah, Miles Cooper had an opportunity to get him in the backfield, but couldn't trip him up. But nonetheless, first down as we have a sweep to the far side by Kohler. Now he reverses field, breaks a tackle, and if he gets a block well, he steps out of bounds before he can have an opportunity. One of his wide receivers, Elam, was in front of him going to make a block, but he just stopped for whatever reason. He thought maybe he wasn't going to get there, but if he went up that sideline, that near sideline, he probably could have scored.
No, he saw somebody there who was about to stop him real quick. You know, I know he had to slow down just a tad bit. As a quarterback, don't want to hurt yourself going against a brick wall. Jawan Briggs sprinting down there to make the tackle, but Kohler stepped out of bounds just before.
Set up on the 15-yard line on the near hash. 2-1 set with Williams in the pistol. 4 down linemen for Walnut. And it looked like we were going to get a blitzer, but we get a whistle and a timeout. And Kings will take a timeout. Let's talk just briefly right now. I wanna say that Kings is a really good quality. I mean, you look at some of their schedule. They play Covcath, and that was their only loss this season. And they just come off of a great win against Withrow. Withrow right up the street on Madison Road here from Walnut Hills, and they scored 55 points against a Withrow team. So I'm thinking that they want to come in here and show a statement to say, hey, we rule Hyde Park. We run O'Brienville. We're going to say, this is how we run. Like, you're not even close to what we are up north here. This is how we play football. And that's the statement they want to bring. And right now, they're on the verge of making this a 21-3 football game.
For a team who's ranked 7 out of 8 in defensive stats for the conference, they are making a way through offenses here as they are stopping Walnut. But our offense here, they're ranked number 4, and they seem to be doing well of a good job for that.
All right, here we go. First down and 10 from the Eagles. 15 back to pass. Just a nice little dump off to Williams. Williams gets back to the line of scrimmage and a flag thrown at the far sideline from the official. 10:22 to go in this first half. 14-3 your score here at Walnut Hills High School.
And Kings, they are in the red zone, and it looks like the ball is getting moved closer towards the end zone. We see a face mask penalty on defense where the ball is now being placed around the 12-yard line. Middle of the field, Kohler, first down. Can they make something happen here? Do you keep running the ball? Do you throw for a touchdown? We'll see what he's got in store. I think Williams is ready to put some points on the board. We'll see another breakaway touchdown for Kohler.
Yeah, we're going to set up first down at the 11-yard line. Kohler pistol formation, 1-2 set. Looks like they're trying to blitz on defense, and they will. Probably a good play to pick as Williams goes off tackle with only about a 2-yard gain.
Williams gets a few yards on the play as well, 2 yards. Nice blitz on the defense. Now, a good objective for the defense here at Walnut Hills would to get a stop. A stop on defense would just be good in this situation right here. Even though Kings would have to settle for a field goal, that's still an accomplishment to stop letting them put points on the board. But the defense has got 2 more plays to make a stop.
Pistol formation again, 2-1 set now. Let's see what Kohler does now. Offset to his near side is Williams, and you're going to probably get an offsides call as we do. And Walnut Hills giving the first down now to the Knights.
These penalties have been flying left and right. When are they going to stop? I know the referees are doing their job here. Defense has just got to stop giving away easy plays for both sides of the field, for Kings and Walnut, just giving both offenses easy yards for easy plays.
Yeah, what penalties always kill you, but inside the red zone, they're even worse because they give you first downs, they give you extra yardage when yardage is hard to come by. And those are the ones that kill you the most. And this is going to give them a first down on the 4-yard line. And as history's taught us already, you feel like they're going to score in 3 plays, whether they run it 3 times or do something here. And they are going to do a quarterback keeper off the right tackle, and Kohler almost gets the end zone down at the 1.5, 2-yard line.
Just shy of another rushing touchdown. That will be his 3rd rushing touchdown on the night. Kohler is having a field day as well as Williams. The run game has just been plowing through this Walnut Hills defense.
And you can imagine now that they're just going to run it twice. That's what I would do. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm running it twice. They're running and can't be stopped. Handoff right. Williams with basic ease goes into the end zone for a touchdown and 6 on the board.
Kings is having a field day. Like I said, they are having a field day, running the ball, doing whatever they have to do to keep putting points on the board, and they build their lead from a 14-3. It is now 20-3 with this extra point coming out. Kicker Thomas Mitchell out for the extra point. And it is good. That makes it 21-3 with 8 minutes and 11 seconds still on the clock. That is a lot of time for Walnut Hills to make something happen, but still goes to show if Walnut cannot take some time off the clock and to put down an efficient drive to put some real points on the board, this game is going to go by so quick.
Looking at the schedule for Walnut Hills after this, they have one more home game. That's probably going to be senior night here against Loveland next week, and then they go on the road twice against Anderson and Withrow. So they want to give the home crowd a little bit to cheer for here being the second to last home game. These seniors, they want to stay prideful, and they're getting down. You're down right now 21-3 with 8:11 to go. Getting the ball, it's something you play for pride at this point, right? Because you know you might get beat tonight, but there's got to be a reason for you to stay out there. There's got to be a reason for you to stay motivated. And the coaches from the Eagles sideline need to tell them, it's like, guys, you know, we still have to play for something. You go out there and play for your teammates. You know, stay motivated, stay positive. As the kickoff comes down to Allen in the end zone, we will have a touchback.
Well, this year's seniors had an interview with them earlier in the season. They talked about how this year they've grown and bonded more as a team, more than just teammates. They're now brothers. And I think that's just the main thing about high school football. You want to have fun while you're doing it. At the same time, you want to grow a connection. And being with these guys, they say it's like a brotherhood that they'll never lose. It's just part of life. You feel family around them. This is their second home. Friday nights, Monday through Friday, even Saturday coming in after film.
Yeah, you can see the slow trot by the offense. Now, there's not a whole lot of urgency by the offense. Let's see if a couple plays, a couple positive plays can get them going. We'll set up Mickens now in the shotgun. We'll fake and then pass, and then strip by, and there is no whistle, so the defense picks it up and runs it into the end zone. You'd think that would be a forward pass as his arm was coming forward, but there was no whistle at all. The right defensive end came around from his back and stripped him from his back as his arm was moving forward. The ball moved forward at about 5 yards towards the near sideline. You got to think the coaches are saying, hey, this is a forward pass. You can see his head coach right now at Walnut trying to say it was a forward pass, and the referee just saying, hey, man, like, there's nothing I can do about it. Saying that to the side judge, and they're setting up for a point after to make it 28-3, but just a bizarre play that you would think if the ball is moving forward, that's a forward pass, and that would have been a whistle.
In just 13 seconds, King scores another touchdown. And we see here that is the third turnover for Walnut Hills. 2 interceptions already from Mickens, and now a fumble for a touchdown for Kings. When do you say to bring in the backup quarterback, or do you stick with your senior quarterback?
Well, their backup is probably a sophomore, I'm assuming. I don't know the team that well. Is that a sophomore?
Yes.
Okay. So you can give him, I'm not sure if he's probably running scout team, obviously, during practices. And, I mean, you would think if he's capable of coming in, I mean, it's 28-3. You're down 25 points, and it's not even to the halftime yet. You can see that this is not going well regarding turnovers. And if you can't hold the ball, you can't win. You can't move the ball if you don't hold on to the ball. Granted, he's been doing some really nice things. He's been moving the ball, so they have some confidence in him. I'd stick with him if I'm the offensive coordinator, as we have a flag here before we can even get the kickoff going. It looks like one of those dead ball fouls with illegal substitutions or sideline warnings or something of that nature.
The sideline must stay behind the white line, and even coaches nowadays stepping over across the out-of-bounds line. They're being more strict with the rules nowadays.
All right, so I guess there was nothing resulting from that flag. Allen now taking it from the 9-yard line, going up the middle, has a hole, can speed through if he can, gets up to the 45, makes a move past the 50 down to the 46 of the Knights. Special teams for both teams, quite honestly, have not done their job, and good field position has resulted.
Now, the only thing about with this good kickoff return is can they be able to capitalize on the good return to about the 46-yard line in field goal in enemy territory right now, past the 50. Can we put some points on the board? That is a question. Ryan Mickens coming back out here. Oh, yep, Ryan Mickens is out here with Tyrese Dorn.
So we'll see what if they back off with the pressure on the defense from the Knights side or not. And they don't. They rush 6, but breaking a tackle is Dorn. Trying to make something of what looked like was going to be a stop at line of scrimmage. We'll gain 2.
We saw the run by Tyrese Dorn, cutting inside, then breaking it out. Defense holding him down for about 3 to 2 yards right here. Offense lining back up, 2 receivers.
You would think as the defense, if Dorn's in the backfield, everything they've done has been up the middle. So you got to keep that as we get a check down to Dorn. Dorn doing a nice job trying to get that first down marker up to the near hash mark, breaking a few tackles and getting within a yard or 2 of the first down marker. Will bring up 3rd down and short.
Now, Dorn is filling in some big shoes from last year's senior Robinson Williams, who is now off to Tiffin University right now. Rob Williams, he's doing big things right now in college, but to fill in those shoes is pretty good.
So it'll be 3rd down, and we're calling it 4. Dorn to his left. In motion, we're going to have a sweep now. That is going to be, it looks like Caleb Street, or was that Mickens?
That was Caleb Street right there with a sweep. They tried that play earlier before, and it did not work, and it did not work again. And now that has pushed them back to almost about where they started. They are now at the 43. It looks like about the 43, 44.
Yeah, they lost 2 yards there. Caleb Street was a direct snap. It was high, which didn't give him a whole lot of momentum to get anything going. It was a sweep to the far end, and we're going to have, it looks like a timeout here with 6:08 to go in the first half. And we are looking at a 4th down and 7 on the 42-yard line of the Knights. You would think that, obviously, in my opinion, it's too long for a field goal in high school. And then if you punt it, if it goes in the end zone, you're only gaining like 10, 15 yards. But 20 at this point, if you kick in the end zone, and you need points. So, down 25, you think this might be a good opportunity for you to go for it. But 4th down and 7 is quite a long ways to go for it on 4th down if that's what he's thinking at this timeout.
Well, going for it right now, I think it's the right move to do it. You're down 28-3. Down 28-3. We're hoping that they can pull something off right here on this 4th down. Let's see what formation they line up in. See a bunch formation with wide receivers to the near King sideline.
Yeah, you got 3 wide receivers to the top and 1 on the bottom, so they're spreading out the field. Looks like a 5-2 set on defense with a nickel formation in the backs, and they're playing off. Definitely a zone coverage. Anticipating a pass, and he does. Pass, 44 again in the backfield, and a diving attempt is not grabbed, but I believe that's Heineke.
Yes.
Heineke dives for it. Would have had the first down if he held on the ball, and it hit him in the hands. Probably should have caught it.
Heineke's been targeted 3 times tonight. We've seen 1 catch completion from him and 2 interceptions from Mickens tonight and a fumble. We're hoping this offense can pull something together. Defense coming out here.
That was a good rush by Trayshawn Fisher, the senior from the Knights, on the near end, and made him throw that ball maybe a little bit sooner than he wanted to. Well, resulting in a turnover on downs, the Knights have an opportunity now to put some more points on the board as Williams gets it with a wide open lane on the near sideline. No one even touched him until 10 yards downfield, and he'll go out of bounds after a 13-yard gain.
Nice play on the offensive side. King's offense has just been plowing through this defensive line for Walnut. Walnut's defensive line is majority filled with 3 out of the 4 seniors in their 4-3 defense right here that they have lined up.
They're spreading it out just a tad bit more. Now with motion, and hand it off to number 10, Jacob Elam. And Elam breaking tackles, doing a spin move. Ends up with a 5-yard gain. Probably ran about 40 yards to get it.
Jacob Elam, he's not known for rushing the ball, but a nice little play. Jacob Elam is also a receiver who is their 3rd most targeted receiver for Kings. As we see here, we see Walnut's defense and Kings offense lining up in a pistol formation with Kings here. Snap to Kohler.
And he fakes to Williams, and he's going to do a bootleg out. And not fooled is the Walnut Hills defense, and a nice job staying home.
Nice play by Caleb Deersing, number 81.
Yep. The defensive lineman, 6'4", 225 senior, being disciplined on the near sideline.
And Deersing is also having a few recruits and offers from a few nearby schools in the Ohio region, whether it be from Miami or Cincinnati, and a few Thomas More and Mount St. Joseph as well.
We're set up now 3rd and 7. A 2-1 set for the Knights. Blitzing A-gap is Walnut, picked up well. Good pass protection, wide open in a soft zone coverage is a first down. Keeping going is McHugh. McHugh down to the sideline with a large gain, just finding a spot into that zone defense about 20 yards downfield, catches it, and about another 10 yards after the catch will set up, I believe it could be close to the 10-yard line. The Eagles will spot it at the 15-yard line with 1st and 10.
Number 7, Jack McHugh, is King's #1 targeted receiver with over 300 yards in receiving and 4 TDs.
Back to pass, good pass protection now, rolling to the right, finally getting pressure, tries to go around and sacked. A little too long he hung on the ball, but there is a flag on the field. At this point, if that stands, he's a loss of at least 11 yards.
Kohler's just got to be smart and get rid of the ball in situations like that. He had plenty of time, but coming off the edge was Caleb Deersing, bringing the pressure, and it just collapsed from there, getting the sack, and we'll see what this flag is on the play.
It's going to be holding.
Coming out right now is number 52, Peter Colopy.
This is interesting. I'm not sure if they want to accept this penalty. Yes, they're going to decline it for sure because they had a loss of 11 plus the down. There's no way I'd accept that. So they're going to go 2nd down and long here. It's going to be 2nd down and 21. Rather, if they accepted the penalty, it'd be 1st down and 20. You're losing yards and down if you accept that penalty. So 3:37 and ticking to go, 28-3. Your score here in the first half. In the second quarter, we are at the 21-yard line. Pack to pass is Kohler with good pressure up the middle. He escapes it to the far sideline, just goes out of bounds. Woo, close to a late hit out of bounds. I believe that was
Galen Mitchell,
yes.
sophomore, coming through, just barely coming through the pressure, through the middle, trying to get the quarterback, but Kohler being able to use his evasiveness to move away from that and step out of bounds.
Didn't gain anything on the play. We'll still be at 3rd and 21. So we'll see what the Knights come up with here. If they do just a short screen or a short run and try to get it. They have the line of scrimmage stacked. Walnut Hills, a pitch to Williams with the near sideline. Gets about 5 yards, not even back to the 20-yard line. And that'll be 4th down where you can expect the field goal unit to come on for the Knights here to try to make it a 31-3 game.
Good job for the defense. It's still not what they're looking for. They need turnovers on defense and points on the board from offense. So Kings coming out here with the field goal. Thomas Mitchell for the kick. Seems about they're placing the ball. The ball is at the 20-21, so this should be about a 32.
38-yard field goal.
38.
Yep, it'll be a 38-yard field goal from the near hash, so he's going to be kicking it to the right a little bit. Not much pressure. End-over-end kick looks like it will be no good to the left. And we'll stay at 28-3 with 2:33 to go. The passing game will have to present itself on this series for Walnut Hills, being only 2 minutes and 33 seconds to play. You have to go to Mickens' arm. That right arm needs to be showcased on this series if they want to put up points.
We expect to see more from him. I know coming off with 3 turnovers, that's tough for a quarterback mentality, but he has to have that strong will mentality to lead his team as a senior and push through on this drive right here. 2 minutes and 33 seconds still left on the clock, so they have plenty of time, plus a 2-minute warning, and they also have 2 timeouts just in case.
Ball be set up on their own 20-yard line. Let's see what kind of passes they can do. Looking left, going left, and well off the mark. They had a wide receiver doing a vertical up the left sideline and threw it well behind him. The receiver was probably 25 yards down. He threw it probably 7 yards behind him, and luckily it was out of bounds.
Targeting again Tyler Heineke. We have not seen a ball thrown to any of his other receivers out there.
2-2 set now, offset. Getting blitzed is Kohler, and coming up as a screen set up. It worked in the first quarter. Let's see if it does This time ball is out near the first down marker, and we will see who comes up with it.
Stripped from behind, Ron Williams. He drops the ball.
And it is a turnover.
That is the 4th turnover for Walnut Hills. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. This is just not adding up well for Walnut Hills right now. Defense is looking sluggish right now. It is tired.
Can you blame them? I mean, you were on the field. You made a stop to get a field goal. And now, as a defensive player, you got to think like, hey, man, let me get a rest here going into coasting into the halftime. And now you have to go back on the field because your offense can't hold the ball for the 4th time tonight. They're thinking, man, dude, if we just get a 3 and out here, like it would be a miracle. But we'll see what happens. Kohler, pistol formation 1-2 set up at the 31-yard line, hand to Williams. Good pressure by Briggs, and will be stopped for a loss by Briggs, and it looks like
London Lane, number 33, coming up with that play.
Yes, London Lane.
Giving some pressure.
The senior. So good stop. We're at 2 minutes now and counting. No rush from the Knights offense. There shouldn't be because they're up 25, and quite honestly, they're going to run the ball here, I would assume.
Now, we saw that Kings, they end up winning their games majority by 33 points right now, and they're up by 25.
Hand off to Williams to the weak side.
Tried it with the stiff arm to number 21, Miles Cooper. We expect to see more run plays from this team. It is a 3rd down.
That was good pursuit by the defense, pushing them out. I never really understood, Jonathan, running it to the weak side. I never understood that. It's something from my time in playing football and seeing it on TV. There's just no room to run. Like, you want to always run to the strong side of the formation, and you want to do that every once in a while as misdirection. But what do I know? 1 minute to play. Kohler back to pass on 3rd down, looking right, and good pressure by the defensive line, escapes, and then still not coming down. Breaking tackles past the first down marker, inside the 20. Flag flies from the back judge.
Kohler has just been having a field day, breaking tackles left and right. As he had earlier in the game in the first quarter, he had 1 breakaway touchdown in his first drive for about 58 yards. Then coming on the second drive, he also had another scoring touchdown. What else can this quarterback do? We're seeing a lot from him this year, and I think he's leading his team well for playoff contentions as well, leading in the conference for passing yards. I think this is great for this team right here. And
a defensive penalty was assessed to the Eagles.
That is not something that you want to see.
Now add on to the game that Kohler had, the nice escapability performance that he put on there. So we're inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Knights as they start the clock with 47 seconds to go. Back to pass, and a flag will be called. It looked like maybe someone flinched. I know the defense was starting to blitz, but let's see if they got over the line, and they did. A neutral zone infraction on Walnut Hills, and it's almost kind of like they want to give them the touchdown like they did before. Getting across the line of scrimmage, they can't be disciplined enough to stay on their side of the ball, and now it'll be a 1st and goal inside the 5 with 42 seconds to play. If I'm Kings, I want to drive this clock down. Now under 40, they're set up. They probably just want to run this ball as many as they can. No, they're going to pass. They look fade. Nice pressure and a bullet from the defensive lineman, and he gets up slowly above him to kind of say what's up. And a timeout called by Walnut Hills, and Jawan Briggs was that bullet coming in. And my goodness, that 6'3", 295.
Kohler saw a wall, and that is a freight train coming his way, and he just got lights knocked out. He got up good. Still it is 2nd down, 28 seconds. Kings wasted a timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. Do you run the ball here, or do you try to go for a pass? Well,
I got to go back to that play and question the offensive coordinator. You got 1st and goal on the 4. Why are you passing it? You got to think that play was designed for a quick fade route. And the quarterback, when he didn't see it and it was covered, he brought it down and tried to make something about it. And that's when he got in trouble. He probably should have saw it and then just pitched it. That's when you got fade routes are either there or they're not.
Well, in close games I wouldn't say close games, but in conference games like this and just any game in general, when you have the lead Coaches do not want to take the foot off the throat of their enemies. And with this 25-point lead, Kings offensive coach, offensive coordinator, and head coach, they are trying to keep the game in their hands, not letting go, and try to put some more points. So I can see why they would try to go for it with a pass play instead of running the ball.
Well, you got to think they got one timeout left. They could run the ball if they want to. It's going to be second down and goal at the 13-yard line. 2-1 set. Back to pass. Looks over the middle. The post route is broken up. Nice defensive play by Nathan Rudnick.
Another pass to Gabe Hunt. That is his third target on the night. Gabe Hunt in the early first quarter dropped a wide open touchdown pass. He's been targeted twice. 2 deflections and breakups by Walnut Hills defense. So they are not allowing any more points right here. It is now third down. Can they get another stop? I believe Kings is going to go for the pass and try to put some more points on the board.
Well, 23.5 seconds on the clock, 28-3. And shotgun 1-2 set, looking left, and a slant route. It is incomplete.
Another target to Gabe Hunt. That is his 4th target on the night, and it looks like the field goal team for Kings will be coming out. Can they make it a 31-3 game?
This should be a chip shot. Ball is spotted right in the middle of the field, the 13-yard line. It should be about a 29-yard field goal for Mitchell. As you remember, the last field goal he attempted was wide left and was set up on that near side hash. And this one's right in the middle of the field. Good snap, good hold, and overhand kick is perfect through the uprights. And with 16 seconds to go in the first half, the Knights are putting a pounding on the Walnut Hills Eagles.
A 31-3 lead. I just don't know who allows somebody to come in here onto their own home field territory just to do this to them. A 28-point lead. We're hoping that Walnut can wake up, come up with something in the second half with 16 seconds left. Most of these teams that they have been playing have had 40-point games against Walnut Hills, and we hope Walnut can make something happen in the second half, because right now I believe they're just going to take the kickoff, take a knee, and head on to the locker room. Up next, they have Loveland, Anderson, and Winthrop. We see Loveland as a competitor. Last year, it took overtime to beat Loveland. Walnut Hills beat Loveland in overtime last year, so we hope to see that'll be a good game, and that'll be the last game, home game for this team as they push through with 2 away games at Anderson and Withrow.
Loveland this year is 1-5, just as they are now. A short little squib kick is taken by, looks like Dorn, I believe, and he's reversing field coming up the near sideline with 7 seconds to remain. And he'll be spotted at the 45-yard line on his side of the field. You can imagine, I mean, I don't know how strong Mickens' arm is, but maybe you go deep here for a Hail Mary to try to get some points on the board, because, I mean, an interception doesn't bother you. They're going to have to kick off. They're going to not receive the second half kickoff, so we'll see if they just take a knee or go for help. If it's me and I know his arm strength, if he can throw it that far, I'm going for it for sure.
And we see Kings DBs giving cushion to the wide receivers out here. They have 2 back. Oh, well, it seems like they're coming up closer. Look like they're still giving a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, 3-1 set here. 4 rushers, and he's going to go for it. The ball not even close to the end zone, near sideline. It's thrown a little bit out of bounds, not even a chance for Andre Allen to make a play on it. And that did not take 7 seconds. It took 6, so we have 1 second to remain. You got to think that if you're the head coach or the offensive coordinator telling Mickens, you got to get more of a straight line on that ball. That was more of a rainbow. I mean, if he can throw it that far, he needs to get more oomph onto it and throw it straight rather than up in the air, because you let the coverage come and cover the receiver.
And that was Mickens' first target to Andre Allen, first target to any other receiver than Tyler Henneke. So we expect to see another long, deep throw ball. Kings playing cushion defense, play action.
And it's going to be, we're going to end on a sack here. Nothing doing. It was, if you It's a shame. You'd think that the Eagles would try to maybe run it there or do something up the field, but their second play with 1 sack will put us into halftime. Your score here from Mark Stadium at Walnut Hills High School. Kings Knights 31, your Walnut Hills Eagles 3. For Jonathan Brown, my name is Patrick Lewis. We'll take a 15 to 20 minute break here, and we will see you on the other side of halftime. 95-7 MRC.
What's good? It's 95.7 MRC.
95.7 MRC.
Cincinnati's new music.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Jonathan Brown reporting live from 95.7 MRC. I got a new and upcoming show for y'all this summer. A show that's all about the culture. A show that does it for the culture. Hashtag do it for the culture. We'll be talking about sports, music, entertainment, you name it. Whatever goes down, we're here reporting it. Tune in to 95.7 MRC this summer. Peace.
Straight from the Music Resource Center.
This is 95.7 MRC.
This is 95.7 MRC.
Music has a powerful effect on anyone, whether you're the one creating it or just listening. At the Music Resource Center Cincinnati, the fun of making music is available to any teen grades 7 through 12. Record your own songs in our state-of-the-art studios, take one-on-one vocal or instrument lessons, or learn about the music industry and production from professional staff and volunteers, all for just $24 a year. Find out more at mrccincy.org. Music Resource Center, empowering youth through music.
Student run, student made.
Direct from the MRC. Straight from the Music Resource Center.
95.7 MRC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of the second half here at Mark Stadium at Walnut Hills High School. My name is Patrick Lewis alongside Jonathan Brown, the senior track star here at Walnut Hills, looking to pursue that as a career next year at Capital University. Before we get started, Jonathan, I just want to have you just speak to our viewers a little bit about who you are and how you got here.
Kind of started off in the summer. Late junior year, I had an announcement at school just about getting involved with sports broadcasting, and just from there I got in contact with Kyle, and MRC it's a great place, not only just for broadcasting but for singing, those who are interested in music, those who are just interested in getting involved with not just music but communications and being around people in that kind of industry. It's a nice environment to be around. So if those who are interested, come on down to 95.7 MRC. But I just got involved this summer, started the radio show, The Culture, this past summer, and just been taking off from there and taking it day by day, trying to get better at everything I can do.
That's perfect. Yeah, if you want to try to get involved with us here at sports announcing, sports broadcasting, doing what we want to do at Walnut Hills, talk to Steve Ellison, your athletic director, and he'll put you in touch with myself or Kyle at MRC, which is headquartered in O'Brienville, real close to Walnut Hills High School. So not much of a trek after school to do a radio show like Jonathan does, and some people at Clark Montessori do as well. So get involved. Right now, the offense for Walnut Hills needs to get involved because they're not doing so much. And to get a comeback right now at 31-3, down by 28 points, what do we need to do?
Well, we need less turnovers. Less turnovers to start off. We need also the offensive line to give Mickens just a little bit more time in the pocket. If he can get enough time in the pocket, we can see plays to start to evolve. Run game is doing well right now, but the air game, we need to get it going. If they can get the air game moving as well as they can get the running game moving, this team should be able to make something happen. But receiving the ball first will be Kings, as Walnut received it in the first half. So try to stray away from kicking it to Williams if he is out there. Last time special teams for both sides, they've just been doing a great job on kicking the ball.
Yeah, I think to make more of your point about trying to get this comeback, I think Walnut Hills needs to get more of their athletes involved, get more variety other than just Dorn and Allen. Get Heineke. He had a nice catch in the first quarter, and in the second quarter he dropped the ball that could have been a big first down for them. So we are set to start the second half here at Walnut Hills, and the kick is low and straight, and a line drive caught at around the 9-yard line by the Knights going upfield. No one really touches him until the 31-yard line, and finally brought down around the 39-yard line.
Caught by number 26, Ty Stylski. He is a senior, and so we see him making a great return, getting to about the 40-yard line for the Kings Knights. We'll see what Kohler and Williams will do on the offensive side today on starting the second half.
Good return by Stilsky on that side. So we'll see if they stick to the running game with Nakeem and Williams, or we'll see more quarterback runs as we see a quarterback sweep here, keeping the ball. Really good penetration by Briggs, but can't run Kohler down. Kohler still going up that sideline, finding some room to run in and out, weaving through that puzzle of a defense and making his way past the 50-yard line for a first down on the 48-yard line of the Eagles.
Kohler has been just running the ball tremendously today, as well as Williams. Kohler is the second leading rusher for Kings, right behind Williams, and today it just seems like he's just been running the ball tremendously.
Yeah, the star of the show for sure is Kohler, making good quality decisions. 1-3 set, hands the ball off to Williams, off tackle, and Williams getting shoved out again to the weak side. Never understood this. Weak side running the ball. He only got like 7 yards on that. I feel like if he was breaking some tackles on the strong side, he could have made more yardage. But as a Walnut Hills fan right now, I'm okay with that because he gained 5 yards and will set up a 2nd and 5.
As you can see here, looking at the defense for Walnut Hills, you see that they are a little bit sluggish starting off this second half, walking towards the play. They need to show some energy.
4 down lineman, a 4-2 set. Hands off to Williams. Again, weak side. He just kind of runs out of bounds because of the good penetration. I don't know if he even got back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard there. We'll set up a 3rd down and medium. But again, like running to the weak side, if he runs that to the strong side, give your athletes some room to run, right?
Yep. Waiting for this defense to line up. Good stop to get him, to force him out of bounds. 3rd down. Can they get the stop? Bring the offense on.
1-2 set. Again, a 4-2 defense. Everybody blitzing. Those 6 guys getting through, pushing Kohler out. Kohler throwing on the run to his left and just launches it out of bounds, and a good off the field for the Walnut Hills Eagles after giving up a big return on the kickoff. So their offense now having an opportunity to showcase itself in the second half.
Great stop by the Walnut Hills defense. We see forcing Kohler out the pocket to make a on-the-run throw, which most quarterbacks at this age aren't at that mentality yet, but good defense.
Allen back at the 10-yard line to receive a punt. Nice high kick. Will get dropped at around the 14-yard line, and a good bounce for the Kings Knights. Will have it rest around the 10-yard line, and first down Eagles will be made at the 10-yard line. And let's hope Mickens, if he's coming out, needs to I'm telling you, needs to put forth some accuracy. And those receivers need to get those sticky gloves on or something. You know, they can't drop the balls if they're in their hands, and the offensive line needs to put together a good push here.
Well, Mickens needs to spread the ball a little bit more, not just the Heineke, but he has a lot more receivers out. He's got 4 receivers out here total, 2 backs. He just needs to spread the ball just a little bit more.
Couple sophomores on the offensive line, so it is young. In the shotgun, we have motion coming up. He's ready to pass. Nice pass over the middle. The nice slant to, I believe that's
Nick Presley.
Yes, it is. Presley with the catch, and not a large gain, only a couple yards, but a gain's a gain. You got to start small somewhere, right?
Nice motion drag route coming across for about 2 yards. Looks like the offense seems to be moving a little bit with some more energy coming out in this second half.
Yeah, there's 3 sophomores on this offensive line starting. So it's a young group, a bunch set to the top. He's out to throw again. Second pass in a row, looks right, and almost picked off. It is incomplete, and again, throwing into coverage. I believe that's Heineke on the far end. He's looking for, staring down his receiver. Not much of a good route there. Didn't fool any of the defensive backs, and they just stood in there in their zone and just waited for him to come in.
low throw as well by Mickens, try to keep that ball low. But he wants to hit him right in the chest so he can try to make that completion.
3rd and 6 upcoming now, 10:05 to go in this third quarter. Spreading them out. Back to pass, 3rd pass in a row. Goes to Allen, caught near the 20-yard line, but getting pushed back. Let's see if they give him forward progress.
It looks like he'll just be about short for the 4th down. Do you bring the punt team out here? Or does,
Yeah, you got to. You're getting marked well before the 20-yard line. They give him a poor spot there now at the 18-yard line.
Now, keep on the lookout. Could we see a fake?
I wouldn't think so. Not at the 18-yard line. Especially at the, I mean, you're down, don't get me wrong, 28 points, but there's a lot of game left to play. You want to try to play the field position game here. And that's exactly what they're due. Stands 5, nice snap and kick. Good punt. He's letting it bounce, and a good bounce for the Eagles will go out of bounds at the 36-yard line of the Knights. So a good change of field position and a good punt by Bari.
Good punt, changing of teams. King's offense is coming back out here after they were stopped on a 3-0 start of the second half. We'll see if Walnut's defense can bring some more energy to the stadium.
I'll tell you what, though, this is a beautiful night, Jonathan. I'm telling, if you're a football fan, you see and smell the smoke from the grill. It's a clear night for the most part. It's beautiful, like upper 60s. Great football weather. It might want to be a little cooler for the guys on the field, but it maybe look like it'll jump there on defense. But a quick slant out of the quarterback's hands of Kohler within a second or two, and caught by Gabe Hunt on a 1st down catch.
Gabe Hunt.
Right over the. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Gabe Hunt has been targeted over about 5 times tonight. One of his first completions for the night. We see Kohler still trying to make those passes. Kohler has that arm strength and ability to make those type passes, but he's using his legs most of the night tonight as well with Williams.
And you saw in the first half, the Kings offense was up and going pretty quickly, and now they're in no rush, up 28. They're taking their time. They snap the ball over the middle again. A defense there, but a gain of about 10 yards. Excuse me, is Gabe Hunt again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think they'll officially mark them 1 yard short. Well, the down stick is 1 yard short, but the football is right at the 10-yard marker. Seeing if they can move the change here. Someone's wrong. And so, well, as it is, the ball is at the 10. This is interesting. It's like a 1st down, but it's not. So Kohler's going to just keep it and make sure he gets the 1st down, and he does. He's going to gain 5+ here on a strong side sweep.
Read option. We had Caleb Deersing, I believe, or Kadar Karan coming up on the right side, getting faked out by the read option, going for the running back instead of Kohler, and Kohler snatched it in and took it for about a gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, the ball's going to be spar at the Eagles' 35-yard line with 7:50 to go in this third quarter. Again, no rush. One thing we wanted to try to talk about coming back from halftime is the variety of athletes that need to get involved. And on the defensive side, London Lane and Miles Cooper, the linebacker and cornerback respectively, need to make some tackles and fill some gaps. As we have a 4-2 defense and a flag flying before the snap, and a delay of game will be assessed to the Knights offense and back them up 5 yards to the 40-yard line. Will set up a 1st down and 15, which has not really been a hindrance for their offense this year much whatsoever, outside of getting sacked inside the red zone at the end of the first half. But 1st and 15 doesn't seem like a long field for them.
And we see here number 23, Serena Williams, is playing man coverage with Jack McHugh, who's been targeted a few times tonight.
And it's an incomplete pass on 1st down. It was a quick one. We see some lightning in the distance. I don't know if that's necessarily heat lightning or some lightning that we see, but again, I was just commenting on how clear the night was, and I guess I jinxed it a little bit. I'm sure that's just heat lightning. I'm there's not any forecasted for some severe weather or any thunderstorms tonight. So a beautiful night, beautiful crowd here coming out for senior night. The marching band here at Walnut Hills, a great performance we saw at halftime. This is we see a 2nd and 15 and a quarterback keeper up the middle. Everyone was faked out. Tackled by Galen Mitchell, someone that Jonathan mentioned to me at halftime, someone that needed to step up his play at the linebacker position, and he does after a gain of 10 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 5.
And as you said, on this night, it is also a breast cancer game. A lot's been going on for this Walnut Hills team. Senior Robinson Perry lost his mother due to breast cancer this year, so our prayers keep going out for his family as he goes through this as well.
Very important cause. Up on this 3rd down, a quick slant is caught at the short side of the field at the far end. Nice pass and catch by Kohler. It will be a gain of 8 yards, and we'll move the sticks. We'll wind up at the 20-yard line. .6:41 to go in this 3rd quarter. The Knights in no rush. Once the ready to go whistle is made, they're slowly making their way up to the line of scrimmage. Very similar sets. Pistol formation. A lot of people on the line of scrimmage on the defensive end, and Williams is going to get the handoff on the short side of the field again. Only 1 yard, but a flag is thrown in, a clear violation, hitting Williams out of bounds. Will cost him 15 yards. Again, inside the red zone, we talk about these penalties you just cannot have. I mean, we know penalties by themselves on anywhere on the field, but especially inside the 20 in the red zone, hurt your team more than anything else because they're so hard to come by. They didn't gain any yards there. You could be down 2nd down and 10, but now they have 1st down and goal on the 9-yard line. It's killer. And these fundamental things as a team, this is why it's so hard to win games, because you can't consistently do the fundamentals to get off the field. So spreading the field out a 1-3 set with the 3 wide receivers spread out at the bottom, and a quick, check down and broken up cleanly by London Lane, one of the players we named coming out at halftime, making a nice breakup of the pass. It was almost close to a backwards pass. It was parallel to the 15-yard line. The ball was, so he broke it up nicely, and that's what they need in times like this. No gains and downs to keep happening. So 6:14 to play in this 3rd quarter, 2nd and 9 on the 9-yard line, and a keeper by the quarterback Kohler, and Kohler puts his shoulder down and lays a stick to one of their quarterbacks and puts it in the end zone, and a flag is thrown. It looks like someone was jawing. It was Williams in the backfield away from the play. So Nakeeman Williams was jawing with one of the Walnut Hills players as a flag flew. The touchdown will count. I'm assuming if this is just a taunting penalty. We'll take a look here in a sec. It's on Walnut Hills regardless, so it looks like they facilitated the action. So the touchdown will count, and then they'll assess the penalty on the kickoff. So to make it 38-3 here.
That is a 3rd rushing touchdown for Kohler tonight, putting him at 10 TDs on the season. He is having a field day. Coming into this game, he had only 419 yards rushing on the season, and I believe he's got about 100 rushing yards.
Without a doubt. I believe he had a rushing. We don't have any stat sheets, but I believe he'd be close to 100 just in the first half, with a couple long runs. You would think the defensive coordinator for Walnut Hills was coming in and saying, we got to stop Williams. And so, I mean, they've done a decent job of that tonight. The problem is that when you have a quarterback that can run, it's an extra person on the field that can hurt you. And that's what he's done. He's gone up the middle quite a bit. Those ISO plays up the middle, you would think Briggs would be that man to stop all those things. But, I mean, he's getting double teamed and people aren't doing their assignments. Even though when we blitz, they're not taking their gaps. A lot of things haven't worked well for the defensive line and the linebackers. That front 7 for Walnut Hills on the defensive side of the ball hasn't done their job. And unfortunately, the scoreboard speaks to that.
Kings up by 35. Kings winning their games mostly by 33 points through their season this year. we want. I want to know, like, do you bring in your second string just yet, or do you wait? Try to give your starters some more time. Do you say rest them? Because I feel like this game is coming close to an end.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. Honestly, I don't think you bring in your second team quite yet. I think you want to let them go and get some momentum as we get a kickoff from the 45 of the Eagles, and that kick will go through the end zone as expected because of the penalty on the touchdown. They play Milford next. That is Kings, and Milford is 5-1 right now and 3-0 in the conference. So they have a quality opponent coming up next, and they want their starters rested for that, I'm sure. You would think Milford, who is playing with her tonight, could get a win, could win there, just like Kings stomped them last week. So as a head coach, you're thinking, well, maybe we get them in for one more series. We'll see maybe if we can get more than a 5-touchdown lead, because, I mean, the offense right now hasn't shown for Walnut Hills they can score 1 touchdown, much less 5. So handoff up the middle to Dorn. Dorn only getting a couple yards at 5:10 to go in this third quarter. There's got to be some variety. Give me some variety offensively. Jonathan, what do we got to do here, man?
Right here, the offense just has to get more within the passing game. I feel the run game is still here. They have Dorn, they have Williams. Williams has only been getting looks when it comes to screenplays, but they can get the passing game involved. But it all comes down to making more time.
Fake, and then a nice bubble screen to Heineke. Heineke breaking some tackles. Nice job, stiff arm going up the sideline, and well done by Heineke. Heineke tonight's getting some looks by some colleges, and that was a good play to put on his highlight reel.
Up to about the 50-yard line, nice little bubble screen. Like I said, if we can get the passing game involved, but I know the intended play was the screen, allowing defenders to come through. But in the pass game, the O-line is young, full of sophomores. We want them to have more time to give Mickens so he can get the ball down to his star receivers.
I'm running this up now. 4 minutes to go in this third. We have motion by Allen. Allen coming out to the near side of the field. Look, same play as he got knocked before, and good thing he threw it over his head. Mickens, if he put it on the spot, would have got nailed just like he did in that first play. I tell you what, Allen he's got his head on the swivel. He needs to have his head on the swivel. He's a skill player that is getting his noggin knocked quite a bit tonight.
And Allen also getting looks from other colleges as well. They just took a visit up to Tiffin and Miami University this past weekend, looking at that college as well. It's good for high school players to, sometimes stay in the state on where they grew up and play football.
Again, same formation with spreading it out. Looks left to Heineke. Heineke, tall pass, but goes up to get it. Brings it down and gets maybe another yard after the catch. Will be a third down and short of about 1.5 yards.
Heineke only 5'6", but with those cleats on, he's about 5'7", giving him that to have that durability to get up there. That's just natural hops right there, having to go up and go get it. That go get it mentality.
Third down and 2. 2:40 left to play in this third quarter. Hand off to Dorn up the middle, stuck, but throwing himself over the 40-yard line for the first down. Good second effort by Dorn. The stick by number 32, Gabe Hicks, the junior on the Knights. The 6'1", 206 linebacker couldn't stop Dorn, who is 5'11", 184.
And as we see here, the offense is really getting to start to move, starting all the way back from the 20-yard line, making ways of a plays right now.
1st and 10. Looking to pass again, left, then right, then center. Good. Oh, man, he was open. If he just could connect with Ronald Williams, who came out of the backfield, that would have been a solid game. The accuracy was not there, and that should have stopped the clock. Well, actually, we have a running clock now that because it's over 35 points. Failed to mention that after the last touchdown. But even with stoppage of play, there is a rule where it's after 5 scores, 5 touchdowns, we are I'm sorry, 30, over 30 points. So handoff to Allen as he was in motion is a nice little sweep play to the near side of the field.
Being brought down by 2 players from Kings. Number 32, Gabe Hicks, the assist tackle, along with number 22, Devin Squires. Walnut Hills offense seems to be moving along here right now, but they're coming to a wall right here. It is 3rd down. Can they get a 3rd down conversion?
Oh, under 1 minute to play. Regardless if they get it on 3rd down, they're going for it on 4th down. Where they're on the field, the 32-yard line, this is 4 down territory one way or the other when you're down 35 points. Snap to Dorn, barely handed off because of the pressure that was up the middle, but just barely enough to get past. I believe it's going to be, oh man, these spots tonight, they're not in favor of Walnut Hills at all.
Looking real short right here.
Yeah, that's surprising. I thought he fell forward past the 30-yard line from my perspective up here near the 50-yard line in the press box, but depth perception maybe was different. But I mean, you're clearly going for it now. It's a yard short on 4th down with 16 seconds to play. And there seems to be some confusion. There's not a play call. The officials still haven't made the ready for play whistle yet. But they are ready to go now as the clock starts with 16 seconds and they're lined up. Line of scrimmage is packed with players. 7 people in the box, and the call is to Dorn. Dorn running over tacklers for a 5-yard gain and pumped up.
And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Score 38, Kings 3, Walnut. Will be switching sides.
And we'll be taking a break with this quarter. 95.7 MRC.
95.7.
95.7.
95.7.
95.7 MRC.
Cincinnati's new music.
And welcome back. Start of the 4th quarter. We have a pass down the field, wide open, down the sideline is Allen, and Mickens overthrew him about 5 or 10 yards, and that was a touchdown on 1st down.
Not even overthrown. It was looked like it was going to the defender. Allen was towards the sideline, and Mickens threw it right down to the center. The awareness of Mickens and the connection, that wasn't any good.
Yeah, well, with that pass, I think we can assess Mickens' talents need to, unfortunately, get better in the passing game, because those are passes you got to connect with to be a quality team. And 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line, handoff to Dorn. Dorn getting about 3 yards. Again, the running clock because of the 30-point advantage for the Knights. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted at the 22.5-yard line.
Looking for a conversion on 3rd down, but either way, the Eagles will be going for it on the 4th down if they do not convert on 3rd down.
Allen in motion going to the far side of the field. Fake, he was looking for Allen. Now he's going upfield with a similar pass. Jump ball, it will be incomplete. Double covered was the receiver.
Just a tad bit late on the throw, and then the safety came back reading Mickens, looking at that throw. Looks like right here Walnut is running the same plays in formation. We saw the motion with Andre Allen coming across with a similar play earlier, which he had, which was not a crackback, but hitting a brick wall early in the first half, 1st quarter.
Yeah, 4th down and 7 now. They're going to have to try to convert this if they want to stay on the field. Again, ball spotted at the 22.5-yard line. Playing coverage is the Knights. Nice pass and catch. I believe we'll call it a catch. Heineke with that 1st down catch. A nice out route. That time on point is Mickens' ball.
Great throw, great catch with a comeback route. Tyler's been targeted majority of this game. Mickens has also targeted Allen a couple times, but it looks like Mickens got his favorite receiver right now, Heineke.
With that 4th down conversion, 9:08 and ticking. Ball spot on the 13-yard line. Handed off to Dorn, I believe. Here, there's Williams. It is Dorn. Dorn getting about 8 yards, we'll say. Set him up around the 5-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 officially from the 5. Gosh, they need to punt this in, don't they?
Yes, yes.
There's a whole wide range of things to do here on 2nd down and 2. You can go for the pass, you can go for the run. Let's see what they do. Looking to blitz, and they do. A-gap, and nice job by Dorn going up the middle. He will, I believe, score. It does. The official on the far side of the field giving us the signal, and the Walnut Hills Eagles finally getting on the board at 8:28 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And you can hear the crowd supporting their team with the touchdown. But the offense is still lined up out here going for, oh, nope, the kicker has been brought out, going for the extra point. If he makes this, it'll make it a 10 to 38 point game.
Running on the field late as well, a Walnut Hills player. I guess they're not used to the field goal kicking team or the extra point team, so the blocked.
It is blocked.
Man. Oh, geez.
Players running out late.
The good news is that it's more than 30 points.
Yeah.
So the running clock won't commence, which is a 29-point advantage. And that in itself is a moral victory. Because you look at it from a player standpoint, you're like, well, at least we're not getting our butt kicked to where an official rule has to come in and, take over. And honestly, that might do something for them. I mean, the extra point might be a morale killer for the extra point unit, but let's see if the defense has a little energy, has a little spunk coming out to it, They gave up a touchdown. They got a good rest on the sideline. They should come out energized, right?
Yep, they should be coming out here energized. But like we said earlier, both kickoff return teams have been able to return the balls tremendously and giving good field position for their offense when they come out. So we can see if it'll be a good kick right here by Zach Vary. We have Williams out there as well. And we also have number 26 out there as well.
Ty Stilsky.
Waiting for the kick, Zach Vary.
Kick will be received by Stilsky at the 10-yard line, going up the middle. Got a nice block, breaking some tackles, barely some contact. Now going to the far side, up the sideline. Vary trying to push him out of bounds and just gets enough of him where he'll go out of bounds on the Eagle side of the field around the 40-yard line. Another quality kick return for the Knights.
Like I said, special teams and the offensive rushing game have been having field days today. I think this is just like a recess for them, just coming out here being able to put up. I feel like they put up almost about 300 rushing yards today. Could you say so?
It's a lot. I'm not quite sure. 300 is a lot of rushing yards. Without a doubt, scoring 38 points, you would think that it's close to that. Looks like they'll call it officially stepping out of bounds at the 44-yard line of the Eagles. So they'll spread it out on the Knights offense with motion. They'll hand it off to the person in motion. I can't see his number right now, but he's doing a nice job going up the field and staying vertical by also getting some people to miss. I believe that was number 85, Logan Spivey, the junior wide receiver, getting the handoff, and he'll gain close to about 7 yards. But again, had to run about 55 to get it.
But there was a flag on the play. Looks like on King's offense. Pushing them back, I believe. The ball is now being placed at the 49-yard line.
So it'll be 1st down and 15. 8:07 and counting left to go in the 4th quarter for this game. And a ISO up the middle by Williams, doing a nice job staying on his feet and getting yards after contact. Will gain 3 of those penalty yards back.
Just running the ball. The clock is still running. It's going to continue to run, but King's just doing whatever they can to keep the offense out there and try to put this game away.
I'm sorry, that wasn't Williams. That was Noah Flincham in the backfield. Flincham, a sophomore, 5'8", 165. Will be right next to Kohler now. Flincham getting the call on second down and gaining 2 yards on an off-tackle run to the far side. Nice job by the defensive line filling their gaps and staying home on that far side defense. So it'll be third down and long, third down and 10 to be exact.
Kings waiting to get the play from their offensive coordinator. They're just taking the time. You can do that when you're up by 30-plus points.
29 to be exact right now. Man in motion. Flincham getting the call and will be met 4 yards downfield and then falling forward for one more, and they'll bring a 4th down and 5 at the Eagles' 40-yard line. 4th down and 6, I'm sorry. And the offense is staying on the field, might as well. Not much you're getting here if you punt the ball into the end zone.
We're just going to keep running the ball. This game has been a run-strong offense for Kings. They have been plowing through the defensive line. And the strange thing is that the defensive line for Walnut Hills is majority filled with seniors, and I just don't know what happened tonight. Tonight, the energy levels were just low. And then coming out of the second half, this sluggish energy.
They're just going to let their clock run all the way down with a delay of the game penalty and then just punt the ball. Looks like Kohler was hesitant to get off the field. It looks like maybe he wanted to punch the ball a little bit, like stay out there on 4th down and maybe do a kick of his own. And he's still out there. Look at him.
Like I said, this is a field day recess. So, well, I guess he is. He's kicking the ball.
Yep.
What can't this quarterback do? Running, throwing, and now he's punting the ball.
We'll see if it's successful on the 45-yard line. He'll be kicking it from his own 45, and it's a high kick. That's a heck of a punt for a quarterback. Ends up going in the end zone, but I tell you what.
That's a great kick.
That's a quality kick. I mean, we haven't seen much of the punter for Walnut Hills. Maybe he is the punter for Walnut Hills, or no, I'm sorry, Kings, and we just don't know because that's the first time we've seen him punt tonight. But it's a quality. I mean, that was high in the air. Got good hang time. Went right down the 10-yard line. I mean, if he had a backwards bounce or a sideways bounce to it, that would have been a heck of a kick. And you like to think he's being scouted to go punt somewhere, but it goes in the end zone nonetheless. 5:41 to play in this ball game. It looks like Walnut Hills will end up being 1-6 and adding another win to Kings.
Just one more home game after this, it'll be senior night. So we hope that they'll bring some energy, especially for seniors, it'll be their last game.
Handoff now. Off tackle to the right. Not much going there. Looks like Ronald Williams was the ball carrier. It was a 2 yards on that rush attempt by Williams. And you'd like to see, just even though you're down 29, you'd like to see a little bit more urgency from this offense. You know, they're just taking their time, just almost kind of like the Kings offense was. You'd like to think the Eagles, even though they're down, show a little bit more pride, a little more motivation to go out there as we get a fake and nice throw on the comeback route to Allen on the near sideline. As we're close to the first down marker, it'll be officially 2 yards short. As we now enter under 5 minutes to play.
Two more plays. It's third down, just to get the first down.
Hand off to Dorn up the middle. We'll get the first down more. Good job with that second effort after contact.
Staying up, getting the extra yards, and we see a flag on the play.
Yeah, that could have been face mask. I think I saw his, I wasn't sure if it was him spinning or whether he got pulled with the face mask. So that will be the violation. So we'll tack 15 yards on the end of that run, which will put him over the 50-yard line. for that penalty. It should. I don't know why they're not assessing it. It just didn't seem like they assessed that penalty there. But regardless, I'm no official. We'll just start 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of their own side of the field. And Dorn now gets an off tackle. Nice move. Little sidestep juke action to take one of those linebackers' ankles and put him in the hospital. That was wonderful job by Dorn doing that and getting 6 yards.
6-yard pickup, nice cutback run. It looks like the offense is just going to be sticking to running the ball. Clock is already going to keep running, so you might as well just stick to what's been going right. You saw one pass play to Andre Allen, so we'll see if they'll take a chance to throw the ball deep or keep it moving with the run game with Dorn.
3:45 to play in this ball game. Defense playing coverage, handoff again up the middle to Dorn. Getting past the first down marker and not even touched until 4 yards down in the middle, and finally falling forward to about the 41-yard line of the Knights.
And you just think, like, where has this run game been, being able to move at this pace? Wish it was just came earlier in the game in the first half, but.
Well, you see the Knights playing coverage. They're only putting about 6 in the box. They're not doing a whole lot of blitzing. Here they go now blitzing as Allen gets the ball on a sweep and he's lost for yardage. So that's the type of play we were used to seeing in the first half. Not putting many people in the box, only rushing 4, that type of thing, playing the pass, because if you're down 29, you would think that you'd be seeing more of the ball through the air instead of on the ground. But with Mickens' arm, it hasn't shown to be consistent today. They're sticking with what they know they can do. And now under 3 minutes to play, 2nd and 11 in the shotgun. Handoff to Dorn up the middle. Sound like a broken record. This time the defense is, again, stout on this play. So 2 quality plays by the defense, holding them to little and no yardage. Now 2:30 left to play in the ballgame, 3rd and 11.
Defense making some subs. So we see number 51 for Kings coming off the field. We see Dylan Freiberg coming off the field.
In shotgun, looking to pass, looking left, up the field. The comeback route is caught by Heineke. Looks like those comeback routes is something he likes. You know, those out routes are a little bit tougher, but if you know where the spot is, maybe that's where they should be showing his strength. So that's the 2nd time in as many drives as we saw those comeback routes to Heineke, and he's made a nice catch there and gets out of bounds for the 1st down at the far side of the field. Firstly spotted at the 27-yard line.
With about 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. Walnut trying to put some more points on the board.
It'd be nice. You know, a little morale boost here. Allen in motion going to the weak side of the field. Fake, looking left. And a dangerous pass in the middle of the field. Triple covered is Heineke coming up limping.
Walk it off. Seem to be getting up just a little bit with a little bit of a limp, but.
There's a defensive player down on the King side of the field. It looks like Hunter Henry, the junior defensive back, at 5'10", 170.
Well, 1 minute and 33 seconds left on the clock. We hope he will be fine.
Yeah, we're going to stop here for an injury timeout and a station identification.
Everything you're hearing is made by students right here in Cincinnati at the Music Resource Center.
It's all made by us.
This is 95.7 MRC.
Cincinnati's new music.
Okay, after the injury timeout, we hope the Kings defensive player is okay. As he was walking off the field, it looks like he will be, but you just never know how those things happen. We saw Heineke coming up limping a little bit. You just never know on the football field. So 1:33 left to play in this tilt. 2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line. See if the Eagles could put some points on the board here to finish out their 2nd to last home game, as we get a fake to Dorn. Nice rollout by Mickens. Mickens seeing and catching. I believe that's Heineke on a crossing route. A nice throw and catch, a better catch by Heineke because it was short and kind of out in front of him, so he dove and caught it. So a nice grab by Heineke.
we know Walnut, they have Loveland coming up next. That'll be senior night, and it'll be some of the seniors' last. This will be the seniors' last night to play on Marks Field Stadium.
And a handoff to Dorn on the strong side, far sideline. We'll get about 3 or 4 yards, taking close to a minute now.
And we want them next week to go out with a victory for the seniors. It'll be their last home game to say that they got to play here for one last time. Strapped up in the gear here in the Walnut Hills crowd.
Yeah, and Walnut's offense right now is not showing any assertive behavior to get to the line. They're at the 11-yard line, 2nd and 10. We're at 40 seconds now. I mean, they got 3 timeouts, but I don't think they want to use them just to score. So play action. That comeback route again. Sideline, we have no indication it was caught. Touchdown. Holy cow. I thought maybe he didn't catch it or whatnot was going on, but
10 toes down, drag that last foot to get in. All these comeback routes. I guess that kind of gave him that little energy outburst to end the game on a good note.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. It helps them, just not on the scoreboard side of things, but going into next week. It shows them that, like, okay, we got some things that work. Let's go to this. And, if that doesn't work, they can go to a different thing like a post route. So almost again, the extra point is blocked. Not sure what's going on with their special teams. But this one is good. So 29 seconds to play in this ball game. A 38 to...
Getting the score, we found out that Milford has also won their game as well, beating Withrow 48-0. And so it'll be a good competition game next week. Milford versus Kings. Both teams are undefeated in the conference. So one team will be staying undefeated in the conference. Another team will be going home with a loss. Both teams only have 1 loss on the season. So it'll be a good contention match between two great teams in the conference to see who wants to stay number 1. You can see both of these teams making playoff appearances soon. Playoffs creeping right around the corner.
Yeah, that would be a fun game to watch. Milford has had some big wins as well this season. We talked about Kings a little bit, but Milford, they stomped Loveland, who the next opponent is for the Eagles, 71-21, so a 50-point victory over Loveland. So a squig kick will be fielded, and I'm sure just a knee will be taken here as we have 28 seconds to play. 38-16 is your score.
Well, Patrick, I just want to say thank you. It's been a good game commentating with you tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We hope to be back here whenever we can, hopefully for senior night next week against Loveland, which could be a victory for us. I mean, the way we played tonight, if we can find and move on, do some of those nice comeback routes, maybe get some people to the edge, get in some playmakers' hands, become more accurate, that could be a fun game to commentate. So they take a knee, as expected. Your final here tonight from Marks Stadium at Walnut Hills High School will be 38-16 in favor of Kings High School. The Knights go to a 6-1 record as our Eagles go to a 1-6 record going into senior night to next week, hopefully with a better result and ending the home season on a good note. Celebrating breast cancer tonight, celebrating the marching band tonight. I'm excited to do more Walnut games with you, Jonathan. Excited to increase our footprint for broadcasting here at MRC a little bit wider. And you guys have a beautiful field here, a beautiful stadium that is very inviting, accommodating for us, accommodating for fans. It's a great football environment. So to speak on behalf of you, I really appreciate your time here tonight. I appreciate James, who's from MRC. I appreciate Kyle from MRC helping us with the IT part of it. Again, the final score here from Walnut Hills High School, 38-16 in favor of the Kings Knights. My name is Patrick Lewis for Jonathan Brown. Thank you for tuning in to 95.7 MRC.
Want to make your own beats?
Go to mrccincy.org and join us.
Direct from the Music Resource Center in
This
Cincinnati.
is 95.7 MRC.